test 1.
Hello.
Uh,
Hello, welcome to the next draw of the Glitter Bonspiel, where our feature sheet will be Sheet B, We Came for the Beat, versus Rock Bottoms. I am joined here with Rob. Are you live, Rob?
I am live. I am full of caffeine, but unfortunately, I am also post-trivia and post-first draw, so...
And I've been here since 9 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, well, I had to teach at 9, so I had to deal with undergrads. But you have to deal with teenagers, so I mean, you win.
I do. I have to deal with teenagers all the time.
Good early evening, everyone. It is Friday. Draw number... Are we on draw number 4 right now total? Great.
Yes.
Our 4th draw of the 2023 Glitter Bonspiel. We are here pretending to know what we are talking about, so you enjoy the visual and audio experiences, that is curling. This is Rob. I'm joined here by Mindy on tech. We will eventually maybe have some sort of rotating second person. I might do a person on the street kind of situation. But to my one viewer who is currently on here right now, hello. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. On the feature sheet this evening, we are going to have on Red Rocks, We Came for the Meat against Yellow Rocks, Rock Bottoms. Both of these groups, if I'm not mistaken, are in the B event. So looking at the full slate right here, we have A events happening on Sheet A and on Sheet C. And we have B events, so they've already had, unfortunately, one loss, and that's cool, on Sheet B and Sheet D. So we are looking forward to providing any type of commentary, any type of comments, and having a wonderful evening so far. I am going to be munching on some chips, which is probably wonderful for an audio experience. So looking at We Came for the Meats, we have on lead Stacy Foree, on second Ellie Cochran, on Vice, we've got Brittain McClurg, and on the skip position, we got Brian Foree, who is all from the Kansas City Curling Club. They are facing Rock Bottoms from the Detroit and Potomac Curling Clubs. We got Ken Clarke, Bob Pursell, Paul Carmouche, I hope I said that right. If not, correct me. And Michael Grudzinski. All he, him, all wonderful curlers. And we are right now finishing up throwing our lead rocks here. So looks like it's a hit. Take out that yellow, popped it out, nice. We're being told it's me, Rob. Hi, Jacqueline.
Oh, thank you, Kevin. Great commentating and greetings from Kansas City.
Do not worry, I have already peaked. It'll always be downhill from here.
Oh, what happened with that?
It's all good. We're looking at Triangle and Deb from Plainfield, my old club, but always my forever club.
Sorry about that camera angle. I don't know what happened.
It's all good. We're all here having a good time. So when I played on B event and draw number 3, you are going to notice a lot of slower ice to start. I think it might be because we're not doing rock boxes or we're not doing a normal prep. So you might see a lot higher of guards on Sheet B. I also had some interesting conversations with people on the board. So Sheet A and Sheet D is probably going to be some fun ice towards the end of the games. So it's going to be really interesting to watch how everyone adapts. But we're on second rocks right now with a wonderful butt slide from our, I believe that is Bob Pursell.
Oh,
he's fine.
I don't know why this is. Hang on, let me fix something. And then we're going to try that. Nope, they're still showing Sheet D. Sheet A, feature Sheet B.
Please pardon us while we figure out.
I know. Sorry,
don't worry about it, everybody. It's all good.
From the previous game, they focused on sheet D near the end, and sometimes the camera gets stuck.
I mean,
go.
When you look at sheet D now, and a person on their rear end has the word "never off" on it, you can't help but like look at it. Also, I'm assuming this is a Manitoba delivery because of the really awesome looking Halloween themed broom.
Oh, that is a nice broom. All right, but I've got sheet B working now.
That is the gayest tuck I've seen since the last episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, and I don't even watch that show. Hey-oh, that was funny, right?
Yes, you're very amusing.
Hopefully that was also appropriate. If not, my apologies. All right, looking back on our feature sheet right now, looks like we've got rock bottoms are red. So we got rock bottoms sitting one, that guard, the pretty nice guard situation right here, and it looks like they're just going to try to draw down next to it, sit two in the same area, force the meats to remove some guards. There's a lot of great guards for the meats out there, but not really working to their advantage right now. So Colin off on the sweep. They want to make sure that they're going to get through the port first, but it looks like it's going to be clipping off the one of the top guards. Clipped off, but not much of a roll, which means that it probably died on the weight a little bit.
Those guards are really high.
Yeah, they are definitely high. I'm wondering if it's just really thick out there. And a lot of teams are, I'm noticing on sheet C, a lot of openness there. I think a lot of people are kind of like maybe gun shy about how thick and maybe how slow the ice is at this moment.
Well, and they did a major scrape between the draw 3 and draw 4. So the ice conditions are completely different than what they had just been working with.
Good. That, hopefully that makes for a more aggressive game. Speed of aggressive, we got a hit attempt here by by Ellie. Got rid of some guards here, which is always good. And it does kind of leave a centerline guard. It does open up a really nice path here for the shot rock. The only problem is you definitely need a high heater to get to it. So
yeah.
I like the idea of a split if they want to go for a split here. Looks like it's a draw to the center. It looks like it's a draw to the button or draw to the center line. They think that the port is large enough there that they can get through it, which is really good. It'll be a great attempt here. So this will be Paul's first of the Vice Rocks here on sheet B. Oh, is this Bob Pursell?
I think so, unless I'm wrong on my rocks.
I just want to apologize. I'm relatively new to Potomac, so I'm not really good with names and faces yet.
No,
great with faces.
That was Paul Carmouche. That wasn't Bob.
All right, great.
Sorry.
Really close. Good, nice rub on that. Really close to trying to pass it. So.
Well, now they have a nice port open.
Yeah, nice port. Unfortunately, so also does the meats. The meats also have a nice port as well.
Yeah.
And the meats do have hammer. So it looks like that's the call. They're going to try to capitalize, take advantage of the draw path. And they see it. They do see that there's that hit. If you ever throw a good normal here and you hit and just slightly move over, now you're one buried, which is really good, and leaving that center line open. So Brittain calling for the hit from the hack. Brian absolutely down for it. I think it's a little tight on the line, though, so it might end up clipping one of the guards, unless it's probably a peel weight hit here. Gave a little on that one. Colin close. It's really close. It looks like it's clipping the guard, though.
Yeah.
Yep, that it is. All right.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Good catch.
Yep.
So the rock bottoms, they've got a lot of opportunities here. The question now becomes, do you want to protect what you got, or do you want to maybe draw behind the center line? That's what he's trying to figure out right now. I like both calls. It's still early, so if you do the corner guard, that's fine. What are your thoughts, Mindy?
I don't know. I mean, there's just so many guards up in the front, and they haven't been able to successfully peel any of them or get through any ports. But we'll see what Paul can do.
Yep. Starting to curl a little bit. Looks a little warm, but it might come down a bit.
I feel like it's curling a lot. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, it's set early. It's set early, but I think this is the line that they want. They want to try at least.
I just hope they don't knock themselves out.
Oh, they're not. That looks like it goes back 4. Not bad. Some separation there, so there's an opportunity for a double if they want to take it. The question is, can you throw enough heat to get them both out? I think you can get one, but depending on the angles here.
Right. I mean, that rock curled a lot early. You'd have to throw it pretty fast so that you could maintain line.
There's a great question from Chris in the chat room about, is there a draw spreadsheet? There is. If you want to visit our website at curldc.org, visit our events section. On the top menu bar option for events is the Glitter Bomb Spiel. Click on that. That's where you're going to be able to find our updated spreadsheet that has our draw information as you go.
And our scores.
And our scores. So again, curldc.org, visit events. And then the first event you should see in the drop-down menu is the Glitter Bomb Spiel. Weight looks really good.
I like.
Just ended up clipping. That's not.
That's not. I mean, that wasn't ideal, but it's not the worst thing that could happen. No. Now it's wide open.
It's not a bad result for yellow. Anything that clears up that center line is always really good. But the question now for Rock Bottoms is, what's the best way to protect it? Do we do a corner line guard and let them try to curl their way into the forefoot, make them do all the heavy lifting, or do they split the house? It seems like it's going to be a corner guard. Make sure you protect your 1-2, which I like that. And if you're ever heavy, putting a third one in there just makes removing a lot of rocks more difficult. So the only bad miss here, again, is just going to be a full miss if it's hogged or through here. So we got Michael here throwing his first. And if you're paying attention to our right side of the screen, we got Michael Glessner from the Salty Carbohydrates about ready to throw his first of his 2 on sheet C.
Sorry, my son just dropped by, bought brand new curling shoes from the Brooms Up curling supply truck that is here. You don't say. It's absolutely wonderful. If you are local and were not aware, Brooms Up Gary is actually here only on Friday and only until 8. So if you are local, if you are hearing us and you're in the Potomac area, you only have less than 2 hours if you want to update your curling supplies. And if you can't make it, that's fine. Please visit Gary's, the website for Brooms Up Curling, and you can fulfill any order you need from anywhere from grippers, which everyone should update your grippers, to apparel, as well as options for customizing shoes if you'd like. So please reach out to our sponsors, reach out to our amazing curling community. I bought a new broom from him last year, and it is the lightest broom I have ever held. I bought my updated shoes from him, which made me happy. He's redoing he's updating my shoes as my older shoes. So. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. They were $300. I want them updated so they can stay as long as possible. They're fancy shoes. So. Fancy shoes. Well, yeah. So Kyle Foster on sheet C is throwing his last, and it's a really good opportunity here to throw a guard, make sure he's protecting his 1, and really force the Salty Carbs into a shot for a bundle, but it's got to be a big shot. Here we got Brian Foree with his first. Needs to make sure it curls, and it clips the top. Doesn't have enough juice to completely get rid. Oh, I might be wrong. That looks like that's definitely going to need to be a biter bar to check. But they're not really. Well, let's look at the house view. It's not. It's absolutely not biting. If it was me skipping, I would want a biter bar. Of course you would. Of course I would, yes. So I think Michael is just going to redo that shot. It was okay. Brian is looking at us saying it was okay. I think, Yes, we are talking about you. Yes, you. No, you're doing good.
It's funny, we're literally trying to talk to the skip, and he can't hear us, but everybody in YouTube can. So there we go.
That is correct.
It's funny. All right, so skips rocks, the hammers array on sheet C, even though we are currently looking at sheet B, which is completely cool. We've got...
Oh, it's gonna...
All right.
Oh, it's gonna miss the guard.
Come on, Ken. Super Sweeper Ken. Super Sweeper Ken.
Oh, it's just short by about 6 inches.
Yeah, you can see edge on edge, but it's going to be a very tough hit.
Yeah.
Because if you come in off the center line, you're clipping the guard, and if you come in off the outside in, it's got to be perfect. So I think the call here is the right call. It's got to be a draw. So really well placed guard there for rock bottoms. Yeah, and the vice for rock bottoms, and I'm sorry, the vice for the meats, confirming that the rock bottoms are only sitting the one right now. So Brian having to do a draw for one here. Nothing from the sweepers just yet. They are slightly jogging. Just needs to check up a bit. I'm good. Thank you. And it just overthrow a hair.
Oh,
So we
it's
got
fighting though. It was well.
Well, it's an overthrow. So rock bottoms get their one. Get a steal of one here. Meats retain the hammer.
Let me give us a look at all of the sheets while they reset.
I have an amazing team who just likes to give me things. I now have curling rock decals, which is great.
Oh, I love that. Those are
They
great.
made them off of Photoshop, so.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So on sheet A, we have a score of 1 yellow.
So, okay.
And then sheet B is 1 red, and then nobody's hung anything on sheet C or D.
Well, I believe sheet C was only a steal of one, because Mike was trying to hit and roll to try to get a bundle, but I think it was a steal of 1 yellow.
Well, we'll wait till they post it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be too hasty.
So we got a not meant to be a center line guard, but we got a guard here on sheet B. Calling for the draw behind. I want to actually go ahead and embarrass Mindy for a second and just say thank you for helping out and volunteering this week. When I came in earlier, you were running bartend. Now you're doing tech. Mindy has been one of our amazing volunteers who does a lot of wonderful work, and I don't think you get enough thank yous. So thank you very much for all the work that you do. You are an amazing volunteer, and I really wish more of Potomac or more of the curling community in general had a tenth of your volunteer spirit. So also great taste in the books.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I just have time today since I do write, so my time is my own. And this is my favorite bonspiel that we do outside the junior bonspiel, which is the one that I run.
Which happens to be the first full week of November.
November 10th, 11th, and 12th is the junior bonspiel.
The second full week of November, like I said.
Yep, you were right, dead right. But yep, and if you have a junior who would like to curl in that, you can go up on curlbc.org and you can register for it. It's a lot of fun. We have a really good time. We have some very competitive teams. We have some developmental teams. But the real point of the junior bonspiel is that everybody has a good time and enjoys their curling.
And that is the point of all junior bonspiels. I really wish I had the opportunity of being a junior, but to be able to offer support, help them out, give them the kind of bonspiel we all wish we kind of had when we were growing up. That's the main goal that we have here. All right. So it looks like we got an ankle biter in the back here for the meets with 2 off-center guards for rock bottom. So away we go here for the meats. I'm not going to call them we came for the meat. I'm just going to call them the meats, or also probably nickname them the Arby's.
Well, it's hilarious because another one of our club members, Chip Churlo, has been roasting and smoking prime rib all day long, and I can smell it. He's starting to bring it in for the dinner service, and it smells delicious.
Unfortunately for me, all I'm going to be eating is salad because I am that guy. I have been asked to clarify what does it mean to be, quote, that guy. I'm unfortunately trying to shed some LBs, so unfortunately for me, though, in order for me to lose the pounds, I actually have to stop eating carbs or reduce them, which is why I couldn't actually be on my friends' teams from Plainfield because they're called the salty carbohydrates, and I am a carb-light diet right now.
Aww.
Please clap. Okay. Geof, Grek on sheet C. And we've got, I believe that is Bob Pursell on sheet B. Just crashes on the guard a little bit. We're getting that really nice center line-esque kind of guard situation, similar to last end. Unfortunately, it kind of flipped on the colors. So last end we had a lot of yellows in the front. Now we got a lot of reds in the front.
I mean, that house is really nicely guarded.
It's nicely guarded, and the meats have got to be very happy to have that rear biter right now because they can easily promote now with very little effort and just have two biters on that center line. They got to have to want to take advantage of this for sure.
On sheet C, they finally posted their score. It was a steal of 1 yellow. On sheet D, they also posted their score, which is 1 red.
Everyone's getting singles, mainly because I think they're all recovering from the early draw and the trivia night.
Well, and some of these teams have been played at the 9 o'clock draw.
Right.
I know on sheet D, Gender, I hardly know them, played at 9 o'clock this morning, which I also telecasted.
I believe everybody
and
did.
Courtney is on sheet A with her team, Strap-On Sliders, and they were here at 9 o'clock this morning with me.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
So my really good friend Teak Washington, who is on sheet A, made a joke earlier, and now I understand what the joke is because of the team name. So, Teak, if you're watching this after the fact and you remember the joke that you told me, well done. I'm very proud of that really bad joke. Good job. If you can hear me from the past or from the future, hello from the future. All right, we got, believe this is Bob's second. Looks like it's a draw, trying to tap in their close guard here. Oh, beautiful hit from Geof, squeaking through some guards on sheet C.
Oh, it's just going to be, is it going to, yeah, it'll stick around.
They're sitting 1-2, and to be honest with you, I wonder if that clipped guard that they just popped in, I wonder if that's out-counting the back biter, and it is. So it looks like right now, rock bottom sitting 1-2. The meets, Brian asking, I believe it's Ellie, asking Ellie how much they could see if it's edge on edge or if it's, a lot more space than they can see from the back. So look, it's going to be hitting the second shot rock. Calling for board from the sweepers. Nothing. All right, you clip something, open up the center line. All right.
Oh, thank you, Richard. Richard Hurd says, great coverage, guys.
It's all Mindy.
I just click buttons.
Everybody send Mindy some ibuprofen and some Icy Hot for their back because she is carrying this whole broadcast.
I took an ibuprofen at 2.
Somebody bring her more. Bring her more. Or some whiskey or whatever they prefer to drink.
Well, I'm giving my liver a break right now, so.
I'm sorry, that's not allowed. It is a Bonspiel weekend, and only I don't drink. So, all right. Looks like we got a possible draw attempt here from Paul on rock bottoms. I mean, I don't hate a full 12 here. A full 12 would be nice.
Oh, they're going to, yeah, I like it.
It looks like they're actually promoting their shot, which...
A little bit. Well, I don't...
That's not terrible. I really wish... I'm glad that they're not doing anything to the center line. I like that they're keeping it open, forcing the meats into it, showing them the lines on it, but I like the fact that since they don't... Well, actually, they don't have hammers, so they should be... Yeah. Hey, look, I got something wrong. Yay. Well, I'll be gosh darn. Hello from Toronto.
Aww.
Love from the commentary. Great feed. Hold on. Did a Canadian say that we have great commentary?
They did. I think this is
okay.
a day we should write down on the calendar.
Okay, somebody please let Vic or Kathy Gauthier know that I am available. Happily available if they need some extra coverage.
I mean,
all right.
You're practically breathing down their necks.
A little bit.
To get their job.
I mean, maybe I could possibly help Dean Gemmel out, but it's tracking up a little bit. It looks like it's going to be a fullback 12. 1-2.
Let's see from the house view.
It's definitely sitting third shot.
Yeah.
So, Michael, I like the idea what Michael's doing here. Calling for biting 8 on the center line here. You're sitting 1-2. Get a third shot in there. Put some pressure on the meats.
The meats.
The coverage is better than anything that USA Curling has.
50% plain. We'll take it. We'll take it.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you. All right. Ken holding that line. They really need to make sure that they not touch that guard. They're going to clip the guard a little bit.
Oh, no. Oh, Ken.
That's not terribly bad because of the rollover kind of protected their second shot and first shot here. So there's no easy way for the meats to take out anything if they, without replacing it. So the question that the meats have got to do here, if you're wanting to sit getting your deuce here, you've got to get rid of something or be aggressive and draw into that pile. And the draw is there. I think the draw is there.
I think the draw is there. I mean, you could draw, yes, exactly where he's pointing. I think you could draw in there.
No. I would prefer to draw in on the viewer's left side because that way you're focusing the attention on that side. And if they miss on the left, if rock bottoms miss on anything on the left, then you have the opportunity to split. So
that is true. And if you did go to the viewer's right, you give them an opportunity to do a hit and split the house. Yeah. So I do, you're right. I respect the fact that Brian has a plethora of options, and he was also weighing pros and cons as well. So I think this is better. If you haven't had a vice throw their draw yet, having the error side is really good here. So we're seeing how Brittain is going to be throwing their draw weight here now. Just try to get behind those staggered guards there. It does look a little warm, though. Yeah, the sweepers are off. They're escorting it down the ice.
Yeah.
Although
if you can get a clip on this, but it looks like it's going to miss that guard, and this is going to end up in the pile.
No. I mean, I don't hate it.
Well, you can't hate it because it's in the house, so you really don't.
Well,
the only problem is you now have a pocket.
I mean, I think it's measurable though for second shot.
It also could be moot if they try to outdraw that at any time. So definitely the advantage to the rock bottoms. Bottoms always having the advantage. Ayo. Okay.
Welcome to Glitter.
Yes.
I kind of want him to serve. So I made curling stone-shaped cookies. Like I have a cookie cutter for sugar cookies that's curling stone-shaped. And then I put rainbow stripe frosting on them, and because I'm an overachiever.
Mindy, can you? I'm gonna need to ask you if you could do that to like something low carb or like something healthy because I'm really wanting to have sweets right now.
I mean,
I'm gulping down on all the carrots to prevent me from eating all the sweets.
I mean, it's homemade,
so homemade has no calories. I love that idea.
And if you eat it standing up, it's negative calories.
Oh, I'm getting corrected by Kevin. Kevin, thank you so much. Red shirt is Kevin, Brittain is blue, and it's Stacy, not Ellie.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I looking at? Thank you so much, Kevin. I greatly appreciate it. Come for the meats if you're watching this from the future. Totally sorry. All right. Draw attempt here from Michael.
Oh,
They're first.
Kevin says, know your Arby's menu.
Know your Arby's menu. We are the meats. Sitting top 4.
It's touching the button.
Touching the button. So this is going to be an advantage for the meats. Because nose hits, you're sitting 1, forcing Michael into a hit. If you hit off nose on either side, you're going to get a favorable roll. Ideally, if you can hit and then roll to the viewer's left-hand side, that is where you want to end up, so that way your skips second can nicely, you have a lot more space to go from left to right than right to left. So any roll's a good roll here unless it's a roll out.
Agreed. I just took a look at sheet C. You want to talk about traffic?
I don't know where you talk about. The left-hand side seems completely open. The right-hand side looks like the Beltway at 5 o'clock this afternoon.
I mean, it looks like the Beltway in general. It's always one lane backed up.
And then a lot of brake lights because they're red.
That is correct.
We are literally here for the next 2 hours with these amazing powerhouse jokes.
And I don't know if you can believe it or not, but neither one of us is drinking.
Neither one of us has imbibed, y'all. This is all pure from the brain. Kyle Foster throwing for yellow on not salty carbs. They are sweeping coast to coast.
Yep.
Looks like they're living up to that right now, trying to get behind those guards. Trying to get past that one sticking red guard, but it looks like it's going to crash right on it.
Oh, they just couldn't hold the line on that.
And here are the meats.
Oops, sorry.
Meats hits a nose, so they get rid of some yellow on the back as well. So it's not
sitting shot.
Yellow sitting shot right now, and it's slightly favorable to their advantage. If Michael from Rock Bottoms hits this nose, you run right into that red, and it's going to nut. So it'll be an opportunity for a deuce for the meats. So Michael needs to hit a really nice clean hit here. Make sure you do not hit nose. Favorable flop. Really force Brian. Is it Brian? I am now self-conscious. Brian. Oh, I think Kevin. Kevin. Is Brian skipping Kevin?
Brian is skipping. So it's Michael that's...
I just want to make sure Kevin, because Kevin is the expert from Arby's. I want to make sure he knows.
This is Michael.
Drawing in from Michael. Oh, sorry, a hit for Michael now.
Yeah.
Know your Arby's menu. Needs some sweeping right now. Make sure you hold that line. It's looking good so far. But our ice has a tendency to snap a hair.
It didn't
really
roll like they wanted it to.
So it hit, just needed a little bit less curl on that one.
And they're still only at 1 because that yellow in the back is out counting that.
Yeah, so for Brian, yep, it is Brian. Yes, thank you, Michael. Thank you, Kevin, I mean. Brian, he doesn't need to kill it, which is great. Yeah. If you just do backline board, hit off to the, don't cross the nose here, you get your deuce.
Yeah.
However, if I was him, I would really take another look at this line, because if it hangs out a little, if it hangs out just enough, you might catch into that back yellow. So
Kevin says he's our roast beef and cheddar.
Ha! I have not had Arby's in like decades. Forever. Right? So Kevin, if you could tell me what number that is on the menu, we'll just refer to him as the number whatever. So
I used to get the ham and melted cheese.
Same. Remember that time that they had, like all those years ago, they had sourdough?
Yes.
That was good. Well, unless that was Hardee's. Unless that was Hardee's.
Well, I think both of them had sourdough. Yeah. There was a whole sourdough craze that happened to children. Gather round.
All right, Brian. Here's that nice smooth hit there. This needs to make sure it hits and sticks. Grabs that catcher. And you definitely get your one. Definitely got your one. So the meats gets the uno.
Well, they seem to be looking at it, though.
Unlike you, I have imbibed. Oh, I love it. All right, so after 2 ends here on sheet B, we have a tie score. And a better thorough idea of the Arby's menu. So we're always learning, folks. We love it. Looking at the overview of everything, we've got 1-0 on sheet A. Hopefully that changed a little bit. No, actually, red scored three on sheet A. So it is a 3-1 ball game on sheet A, which is an A event. On sheet C,
they haven't hung
the score yet, but I believe red was the one that scored there. So we'll be waiting for them to post. And on sheet D, 2-1, it looks like yellow got a deuce in 2. We're starting to see more crooked numbers here, so.
The ice is warming up a little bit.
Yep.
Things are traveling a little bit faster.
Yep. Why does my phone, why are people texting me?
You're getting your own personal critique on your commentary.
Why, people?
Let's see.
100 and, okay.
This is Ken Clarke.
Our technologically advanced Ken Clarke here. Without him, none of this would probably be here.
That is true. You want to talk about people who put their volunteer time in?
Yeah.
Ken Clarke is here for hours, positioning cameras, running the software, you know, making sure everything uploads properly, and I mean, he's really the MVP of the streaming.
But not only that, though. Not only that. His documentation, step-by-step how-to for the novice to work the machine, all you need to do is read and just pay attention, and you can master all of this. Ken is a wizard at providing instruction, and you know how hard that is, people, to write down, this is every step that you're going to do. He did it so well.
And he's got the patience of a saint.
Yes.
That man.
So, blue shirt, if we know this, looking at the Arby's menu, blue shirt is Brittain.
Stacy Foree? Well, wait, no, maybe
Nope.
I have the wrong one.
The menu, the Arby's menu is right there. Brittain is in blue.
Oh, okay.
All right. Good hit there. Wants to stick around, and it looks like it's just out.
All right, he's going to leave it there.
Yeah.
It's not touching the red, so.
So, fun fact.
Yes.
How many international level curlers do we currently have on the ice right now?
I'm going to guess, because I don't know for sure, but I'm going to say 4.
Well, I know 2 for certain. Who are the other 2?
I don't know.
Well, we got Monica Walker, the amazing Monica Walker's on the ice right now.
Yes.
And Teak Washington, who I believe, I really should have researched the country that they played for a few years back. Oh, no, I can't remember. I'll look it up. But they had an opportunity of playing at an international event a few years back, and I was very proud. Teak and I came from the same curling club, the Plainfield Curling Club, to see them have an opportunity to play on the international stage was something that I was beaming with pride for. So now I'm going to look this up because I am genuinely interested right now. So
let's see. Who else?
Pardon me, please, everybody.
So 2, for sure. And then our own Naomi, who plays on Team Schlanger, she was part of the international team for the country of Taiwan.
Oh, nice. We are learning. If it is what I think it is, I'm gonna get very mad.
That is way too fast. She's gonna just buzz right through the house, which is unfortunate. But yeah, but the ice is speeding up. In the first end, that probably would have been stayed in the house, but
Well, I'm officially embarrassed because I can't remember the country, so I'm going to put this down because I have already just given up now. All right. Stacy with the meats. Sitting 1-2 now.
oh, hey, ready, let's go. We came for the meat.
More Arby's supporters. You got to love it.
I am kind of interested in, on sheet C, the stones stacking up. They seem to just be sort of building the wall at the back of the house and building
it's a strategy.
It is.
It's a strategy. Sometimes you can't throw a guard, but you want to protect that back line.
That's true.
So I believe this is Paul. No, this isn't Paul. This is Bob's. Bob's first.
Yep,
Bob's second.
This is Bob's second.
That one red was messing me up there. So it looks a little warm. I wonder if it was called for a freeze, but it's looking like it's going to crash on that corner guard, which is fine for them. They need to open up some access to that anyway.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's not really great when it promotes it to sit 3 yellow now. This changes the calculus just a hair for Brian with the meats.
Right.
Yes, I did say calculus, so sorry. I'm a numbers nerd. What can I say?
I was told there would be no math.
Well, if you stayed for trivia, there was a question about a constitutional amendment and a factorial, and here I am as a numbers nerd going through every single calculation, having way too much fun with the math. So
I did know, actually, the mole day.
I got that one right, too, is Mole Day. For those of you, October 23rd is Mole Day. Welcome to Science Podcast with your host, Dr. Robert Young.
I did know that, and I am also the nerd who makes pie on Pie Day.
You're not a nerd for that. You are a wonderful human being, and we thank you for your service. I'm going to have a salad, so don't worry about that. Thank you very much. I've already filled up on so much vegetables, I think I'm good for a little bit.
Oh, I think it's going to... I mean, this isn't bad. This is going to promote it in a little bit. It's going to create a little bit of a guard for it.
Yep. I would have preferred probably less of a bump there because if you get more separation, the double is better. You kind of want to lock on if you're going to do that. So...
yeah, and it's not quite biting.
Yeah.
It's out of the house.
So the question now becomes for rock bottoms. You're facing against 3. You currently have hammer. Where's your deuce here? Where's your deuce opportunity? And it seems like it's going to be an attempt to probably corner freeze again on the shot rock, which I think is the smart move. Go for the corner freeze. That way, the meat's only next option has to be a center line guard. Anything deeper than that would be a problem rock here. So I think the call here is the corner freeze on shot. I could very well be wrong. It's been known to happen often, and I'm okay with being wrong.
Has it, though?
It has. I have a PhD, which means I was wrong 90% of the time. Away we go with Paul. Paul's first for the rock bottoms. Looks a little hot. Sweepers aren't on it yet. Calling the sweep now, though. Favorable clip here off the guard. And got the clip. So not a horrible thing. It's only sitting. It's cutting yellow down 1-2. But from the warm room, that red is wide open. So
and also the camera isn't directly over the button, and it's a little fisheye. So it's really, I mean, red could actually be second shot.
I like
it's really close.
I like Brian's thought process here. Let's just keep to the center line.
Yeah.
Force the rock bottoms into another miss if that's an opportunity for them. Get another miss. Take out the yellow. Apply pressure later. So I like this call here.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's good. Oh, his
conversation between the Vice and Brian, just to confirm if the center line is the right option there for them, or resetting the call.
Hopefully that's the right name.
And let's take a look at Arby's menu. Red shirt is Kevin. So Kevin. Yes, I am referring to the chat room as the Arby's menu. Yes, I will give Kevin the credit for that. All right, starting to curl up a little bit. There might be a favorable rub here, but it's not going to hang around on the center line. However, they are sitting 1-2-3 for sure now.
Yeah, for sure. That was a nice promote.
I like that. That was a good plan B on that one for sure. If you're going to miss like that, that's a good way to miss. Michael calling for the draw behind now.
What's the difference between a lucky shot and plan B?
Plan B was already envisioned. Lucky shot just means, oopsies, well, here we are now. You apologize over a lucky shot. You don't apologize for a plan B.
Ah, I see.
Also, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other.
I mean,
I got upended.
it.
I got upended today from a lucky shot. So
Did
that
you
kind
really?
of, yeah, I did.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but it's fine. I was having a lot of fun. I'm playing with my friends from Plainfield. They're 3 5 and unders, and they did a great job with what we had to deal with. So I was very happy to play with them.
Oh, I like this a lot for them, for rock bottoms.
The only problem with rock bottoms is that now you've just given an opportunity for it's wide open. So the weight was good. The weight was very good. Maybe at most back 4, biting back 4. But now Brian's first is going to be a hit, and you definitely want to roll. And Brian, the last time Brian was faced with this, if I remember correctly, he stuck it a little bit. So trying to find that nice favorable roll is going to be the important part here. Irving mentioning you got to love those favorable rubs. Hey, you get it where you can get it. Am I right? Ayo. Speaking of rubs, we do have a wonderful massage gun. That's one of our raffle options, and we have a raffle going off. So if you want to come by to the Potomac Curling Club for our event, we got a raffle going on. Proceeds will be given to Project Smile. Do you know a little bit about Project Smile?
I don't know very much about Project Smile. This is the first year that we have had Project Smile as our charity that we've supported. So I really like the fact that we got a nice good roll here. I like
it was a little too aggressive, but not too aggressive, a little too much there. But hey, you got your roll, and it makes it more difficult for Michael's next shot. So good roll there. I like it. Yeah. Michael's going for the same shot again. You got to get that freeze. It's just like Novocaine. You say it over and over and over. Do it over and over and over again. Maybe at one time it'll take a hold.
Yellow is sitting 3, solidly 3.
Irving with a follow-up and retracted. Now I'm curious.
Well, it was speaking of ribs.
So let's take a look here. Michael's about ready to set up for his first of 2. He's also got hammer, but I want to take a look at Sheet C, what's going on right now. Sheet C, Kyle Foster with his first of 2, and Kyle Foster with hammer with yellow. Looks like it could possibly be a control hit and roll out to just remove that red shooter right there. So just wanted to give some notice over to the right hand of your screen.
Try for the double?
On the yellows? Or
the
no.
Red.
No, I don't know. Because you're gonna jam with that red back there. So if you ever do the double, it's not utterly favorable. So I like just going the.
You don't think you could cut it then?
No.
Thin enough?
No, I would just rather do just off the nose to the right, get that, flop over, force the salty carbs into a shot. He hits on the high side. Pickout's fine. Favorable roll into the pile back there, but it's not enough. It looks like Sweeping Coast to Coast is sitting 2-3, and Salty Carbs are sitting shot rock, and I think Glessner, his last is probably just going to end up being splitting the house, forcing Kyle Foster from Sweeping Coast to Coast into a draw for 1. So back over here on our feature sheet, Sheet B, our meets team, Brian, looks like it's going to be possibly a draw, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like a draw line here.
And Sheet C actually finally posted their score in the second end. A red scored 2 points.
We got a measure going on here on Sheet A as well. It's brimming with drama out here on here. So, Brian, draw away looks a little cold. It looks a little like soft to me, but I think the point might actually be maybe top 12 or a 3 guard. Make the draw for Michael difficult.
I like the weight on this a lot.
That's some good weight there. It's not touching the center line, but you know what? You at least did your best to cut anything out. It's not going to be an easy hit. Force rock bottoms into a draw.
Yeah,
nicely done.
The port effectively.
If I was the meats, I would be happy with this end.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd be real happy with this end.
Yep.
You know what else I'd be happy with? The plate of food I just saw sit down.
Oh, they have sweet potatoes?
They have sweet potatoes.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Don't look at the food, Mindy. No, don't look.
I know.
Plug your nose.
I haven't eaten.
We've got curling to watch here. So Two hammer shots going on at the same time. Sheet B looks like they're going to set off first. Draw attempt for Sheet B with rock bottom. On Sheet C, sweeping coast to coast. Looks like it's also going to be a draw. So we got two draw attempts side by the skips. Here we go on Sheet B for their draw attempt. All right, calling for the sweep already. It looks like it might be into the yellow. They just got to hold that line on Sheet B. Sheet C, they're starting to sweep a little bit now. They just, I think, a little bit antsy, wanting to make sure that the weight's all there. Michael crashes on the guard, but it does not promote to outcount their red. So that's a steal for the meats. As for the sweeping coast to coast.
How many was that? Was that 3?
I haven't checked yet. I'm wanting to split screen between the two. And it looks like sweeping coast to coast might have got one. Might have got a single. So we got a single for sure. I think we got a single from sweeping coast to coast. As far as the meats score, we'll wait for their vice to throw up the score.
So, and you can see I got a few scoring updates. Sheet A, strap-on sliders has 3 to 3 skippers, and Bobby has 2. We'll wait for the rock bottom score to come up, and then on Sheet C, salty carbohydrates, we have 2, and then sweeping coast to coast they've just hung 1
Yep.
for sweeping coast to coast. So now that's tied 2-2, and then on Sheet D, gender, I hardly know them, had a very nice third end where they scored 3 points. So now they're up 4-2 over Glitter on the mattress. Oh, I like this song. They're playing some really excellent songs in the background.
It might be possibly from the Barbie soundtrack.
Oh, that's possible.
If you have not seen, I was very happy. I did the Barbenheimer. Totally suggest doing it if you have an opportunity to see Oppenheimer followed by Barbie. Trust me when I tell you, Barbie is not a palate cleanser. It's definitely a fun pair of movies to watch back to back. I will tell you that now.
I bet.
All right.
We watched both, but we didn't watch it back to back.
Oh, I'm glad I did. I loved the Barbenheimer double feature. Totally worth it. All right, looks like a nice draw behind by Rock Bottoms, and it looks like they're posting a score right now. The Meats stole 3, so we came for the Meats has a score of 4 to the Rock Bottoms 1 right now. You always should be worried about the single lone bottom. And we've got the Meats with their second lead rock here. Looks like it's either going to be a center line guard or freeze down to shot rock. I'm waiting to get a flag that says, "Could you be more age appropriate, please?" And my response will always be, "Which age?"
I could be any age.
Looks a little warm here. I think it might end up giving some separation here as long as you get some motion. That's nice.
It's going to tick on it, though,
Yep.
nicely. Oh, he is sweeping. Sweep,
Yep.
sweep, sweep, sweep. I like that. That was a really good sweep job.
Not bad.
I mean, I think he, yeah.
Burned at least a calorie, which you got to love it when a skip does that.
That's true.
Skips sweeping is always adorable for me. However, I am skipping this weekend, so I shouldn't say anything.
I tell you, there are some days where I'm usually front end, so I'm usually
Same.
sweeping a lot. There are some days where I'm like, could I please just skip?
If anybody's looking for a
one?
lead for anything, I love throwing 2, sweeping 6, and not talking. I really actually do enjoy not talking sometimes. So anyway, weight's looking good for a guard, but I think the call might have been for a draw. Rock Bottoms has a center line guard here. Now,
I like that because it's still,
yeah.
Are we still under oh no.
We're still under 5 guard. We still have a 5 rock rule, and since we are also WCF, we're following the WCF rules. We are following the tick rule. No ticks.
No ticks. So that one is safe for one more rock.
And I just want to clarify something for people who are watching and have some opinions about the tick rule. If it's an accidental tick, it's an option by the offending team if they choose to put it back or not. So it's not a definite, oh, you ticked our rock out. No, you reset. No, it's typically spirit of curling rules always apply here. All right?
Absolutely.
So Stacy looks like possibly the weight looks like a draw weight, but it might check up a little bit to be a 3-guard to protect their one in the house. They've got a lead, so with this direction,
they gotta go.
That dragged to a halt. Wow.
I wonder if it picked, but my God, it just.
No, I don't think that picked. I think that was a light handle all the way, and I think she just got into a rough patch there.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, it is, but it's the nature of the game.
I know. I always feel bad though when somebody hogs their rock.
If that was the case, then you would have loved the feelings that you would have got from my game. Because boy, howdy, could we not figure out that ice, and it stayed with us for a while. So
you hogged a couple, huh?
Yeah. Sheet C got Geof Grek. It looks like probably a possibly controlled takeout, just to hit this yellow second shot. Angle looks real good. And a favorable flop. You didn't need to kill it. You just needed to move the yellow back. So it does give sweeping coast to coast a possible double there, but not an easy double. So looking here at sheet B, speaking of easy hits, nice hit, but the roll is just going to create a cluster. Hey, we got 2 counters back there. So those 2 counters, those ankle biters are going to matter.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. You can't hate something that's possibly going to do you some favors. And Brian is looking at them right now. So any way to get rid of the opposition's rocks by hits that don't add up is always a favorable kind of way to go about things. Did you see that? Have you seen the team T-shirts with gray pride? I kind of like that.
I have seen that. I think
we're here, we're old, and we're tired, and get off our lawn. Oh.
Get off our lawn. Oh, I love it.
Gray pride. Oh, that's such a great T-shirt. I love it. It's so good.
I feel like I'm living that every day.
Same. All the sames. By the way, this is your hourly reminder to take your ibuprofen if something is in pain. All right. Stacy's got a real beauty of a rock here. They just got to make sure it holds just enough to get the double.
I like it. I like it a lot. There you go.
Got the double, and you stuck around a little bit, so not bad.
Nice. She's like half in.
I will say from experience on the center ice, the center sheets, anything past that 8-foot line on a hit, you'd be very surprised if it's going to hold, if it's going to cut. So you got to be very careful on our ice in terms of how you release. Rotation's important. If you're a light handle releaser, you've got to make sure you got the speed, or else it's just going to cut real quick. So real nice hit on that one. Great result.
Yeah, I was curling against a team on Thursday night, and they decided to start throwing some really lightweight guards, and it just, one of them, it curled a good 7 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, it was unbelievable how much curl she got off of that on that rock.
And a lot of, as somebody who has a lighter handle, like I recognize that when you throw a lighter handle, you're going to get some motion, but to have people say, oh, it's not my handle's just fine. I'm like, no, it's one rotation hog to hog. It's going to move a lot.
Kevin Hand says vitamin I is life.
Vitamin I is life. I love it.
So, yeah, I mean, he's going to take that rock out.
Yep.
That's got to go.
I actually do not mind hitting and sticking here. I know he's called.
Really?
I know Brian.
I like the roll.
Well, I love the roll too. But if you hit and stick, you split the house.
I guess that's true. But I do like the roll. I do like being behind cover.
Being behind cover would be great right now. But again, if we look at the favorable, it is a little tight though. So I hope that Kevin here is going to give some heat. You definitely want it to make some contact. Because again, if you throw a lighter handle, it's just going to hook on you.
Right. Well, and I think Bob is throwing after this.
Did I
Bob's
say Kevin?
good.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm right. Yeah.
But Bob is throwing after this, and Bob is really good at hit weight.
Yep.
So
there's the contact.
Around.
Too much of a roll. If they were smart, freeze onto it. Ah.
Yeah.
It's not an easy double, though, so that's good.
It's not easy.
So he's going to force Michael into the draw there rather than the easy hit. I like that. You could still hit that, but
I don't know. I like drawing in.
Yes. You have to. You're down 3. You need to play aggressive. You need points on the board.
Yep.
Get a couple underneath those guards. Force Brian into peeling or popping out those guards. That's got to be on Brian's mind right now. It should be, let's get rid of those guards. We're sitting 2. Guards are going to help him. Guards do not help us right now.
Right. I totally agree. All right. Paul's getting ready. Oh, yeah.
We have our first slaying, which is appropriate for the glitter bomb steal. We have the first slaying in the chat room, so Yas Queen and all that.
There's a team around here that has gigantic fans.
Yes.
One says Yas Queen. Another, and when you flip it over the other way, it says slay.
All right, good line, but it needs to just check up a hair. It looks like it's going to check up just nicely. Back line, though. That is a nice draw. It's behind cover.
Yeah, I like it.
I wouldn't even want to throw a hack at it, so it's definitely going to be popping guards or outdrawing, and Brian's going for the outdraw here.
Yeah,
so
try and draw in front of it and use it as backing.
Yeah.
I like that. It's like, I don't hate that.
Deb Martin on sheet C. Looks like throwing for a draw weight there. You got Charlotte and Geof scrubbing their lights out there, trying to make sure it gets past it. Little light, overcurled a bit. That's not bad though. It's not ideal, but red is the carbohydrates are sitting 1-2. Back here on sheet B.
Oh, that's a little heavy.
A little heavy.
Yeah. Nope.
All right. So one of the hardest things about being a vice sometimes is the 1-2 combination of the hit followed by the draw.
Absolutely.
So got to respect the attempt. I had a couple of those today that I just couldn't lock in as skip. So, yeah, I get it. It's hard.
I sometimes think vice is the hardest position because you have to know your draw weight and your hit weight, like, back to back. And you have to know your draw weight after you've done, like, 3 hits in a row.
I think we all respect all the positions, but vices definitely need a little bit more respect because of how complete their game needs to be. So it's definitely a tough game.
And you got to remember to hang the score.
I do.
You got to, like,
So sweeping looks really good. Line looks really good. They just want to, if they're full 8 buried, would be really nice right now, and it's looking just like that.
I love that.
Paul sinking one in top 4. Beautiful, beautiful draw weight there. So nicely done by Paul from the rock bottoms.
Yeah.
They're looking like the rock tops right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Tops are nothing but trouble.
They really are. Let me tell you something. If we want to dive into some like egotastic things, tops, my goodness. All right. So
what are they? Are they? What are they doing? Are they ticking off and trying to? Are they drawing in from that side? I missed what they were doing. Oh, Jackie Sharp says, hey, with that no-tick, second is getting really important. I agree. I do agree.
Yep.
I think second is the second hardest.
They're all hard. They're as a competitive lead, y'all don't need to be like sleeping on us. We
Oh yeah. Well, actually, so
I miss being able to throw tick rock.
A really great junior coach that I know who said that if the leads hit their shots, 95% of the time, the team will score 2 points.
Yep. So this looks like a draw attempt from Brian. You are getting past your yellow guard. Freezes right back to shot 2, which is a beautiful, beautiful shot.
But it's not shot.
But
it's not scoring.
It's not shot. It's not scoring.
And that shot rock is beautifully blacked.
It is. But now you've got some backing to give Michael. You just showed rock bottoms that line. However, I do one interesting result here is you are getting Michael from rock bottoms to think. And if there's one thing you as a opposing skip that you don't mind seeing happen is your opposing skip having a lot of conversations and a lot of things to think about. So
yep, I do agree with that.
All right, let's take a look here. Just some updates for you. Looks like we're about to have a hammer shot on sheet A from our Red Rocks here, and it looks like Courtney's team looks to be maybe a hit for 1.
Yeah, they need the hit.
Yeah,
for
that's
one.
a hit for 1 there.
because their second rock is not.
And then we got a hammer.
They have a red rock.
We've got hammer throw on D right now for yellow to sit 3, I think.
Yeah, and the sweeper on sheet D, the sweepers aren't touching it at all. They're just marching it down the sheet.
Always fun to watch a front ender wearing jeans on the ice. It's just super cash. Not to mention wearing a Princess Peach t-shirt too. I mean, go off, queen. All right, here's that draw attempt for Michael on sheet B here. Calling for sweep now to make sure you pass that line. Ken being that sweeper, but it's looking like it's going to hit that corner guard, that corner yellow guard.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. It was just an inch too narrow.
All right, it doesn't. I mean, it hurts any chance to pop out that yellow in the back, but now you're forcing Brian into this draw on the opposite side. So I did like the weight on that. The weight looked really good.
Oh yeah,
so.
I thought that weight was really good. It was just about an inch too narrow.
And sheet A hung a score of 1 more for red. So red is up 4-2 on sheet A. Waiting for score update on sheet D. And we're getting to skips and hammer throws here on sheet C and sheet sheet B. So this is going to be Brian Foree's last shot on sheet B for the meets / informally Team Arby's, whether they like it or not. I'm calling them Team Arby's. It just works that way. However, they're here for meat. You get yours. Michael Glessner for salty carbohydrates. I believe this is hammer shot on sheet C.
I don't like this. This is way too slow.
Yeah,
way too slow.
It's running into that same patch that Stacy was ran into as well.
That's
so
right. That's right. I totally forgot about that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's.
So,
and I don't think they've gone over that stretch of ice that often.
No, they're not. Everything's been coming in on the viewer side. Everything's been coming in on the intern side. Right. I'm sorry. Yeah, on the intern side. That's the second in a while for the outturn side. But I want to draw our attention to sheet C. Colin close. Geof pushing to get any contact on the shot yellow. And it doesn't look like they're going to get it.
No, way wide.
Backline weight. So the weight was a good way to push, but just couldn't get that motion. So it was a steal of 1 yellow for sweeping coast to coast. They're up 3-2 after 5. But let's focus our attention here on sheet B. Sheet B being hammer shot for rock bottom. They're sitting 1. Unfortunately, I mean, like, actually, they hit it just right. They might be able to crane into the yellow to get a crooked number, but they can draw for 2 here. So
he's got some speed on that.
Yeah, there's no touching on this as well. And we got motion from Bob that it's through. Just a nice casual walk from the front end.
I mean, sometimes you just need to stretch your legs. Yeah.
You're not crouched over.
Yeah.
Looks like it's just a one spot for rock
red.
bottoms.
1 for red. And on sheet D, they hung yellow, got 3.
So, if I'm not mistaken, a 1-2-3-3 on sheet D. All sorts of shenanigans for our Potomac and our triangle curlers out there. And I believe there's a, who else is that a pure Potomac team?
Which one?
On sheet D. Not the amazing vests, but the...
Yeah.
Those vests.
Because it's Josh D. Sorry, Jackie. It's Josh D. Yeah, all of those are Potomac. Allison Kemp's team. All of those are Potomac people.
So, just a shout out from Christy. We want to thank you for mentioning the Kansas City barbecue spiel next year. We love it when other clubs in the chat room let us know about their bond spiels coming up. So it's great to see that. However, as somebody from Western North Carolina, I have a very contentious relationship with the definition of barbecue. I've heard you have many definitions of many wonderful things about Kansas City air quotes barbecue. Have fun with that. However, I do want to say hello to Joe Angeli in the chat room. Joe, it's nice to virtually see you. I miss everybody at Plainfield. I've been down here at Potomac since January. Came down from Jersey. I'm actually having an opportunity to play with some Plainfield people here. So I have to wear both of my name tags, my Plainfield and my Potomac name tag. So if you're confused, if I might have said welcome to the Plainfield Curling Club, please know that that is force of habit, and I apologize.
Christy says don't knock it till you try it. You know, like, I agree. I mean, Kansas City
Sure.
barbecue is delicious. There's all sorts of flavors.
I've had all sorts barbecue, but I mean.
And Joseph, if you have any good stories about Rob, feel free to share them.
Oh God. However, Joe, before you say that, I just want to say that I did see a Buttercup themed curling rock cover here on here. So I just want to let you know Buttercup is alive and well here at Potomac. Same could not be said for actual Buttercup. That's right, because Ike gonna be Jackie Onadi.
She's good. Well, so Jackie and Josh are gonna get married, and so she's gonna be Jackie Onadi.
Own that D. Onadi. Anadi. First of all, the horse is butterscotch.
Is it though?
Is it though? I just want to say I hope everyone's having a good time on our. Can I ask a favor? My apologies, everyone. Somebody just gave me all the vegetables. So
the vegetables.
one of my teammates just decided we're going to feed Rob and give him all the vegetables. So thank you.
That's what all the T-shirts say.
That's what the T-shirts say. Y'all come up to Toronto for what's behind the heart.
For the Do It on the Ice Pride Spiel
on
in March.
I have never been to another country. I've been wanting to go to Canada to Bonspiel, and let me just say, I absolutely love what Canada has been doing with their LGBT Bonspiels. Not only as it's a series. It is so many different clubs organizing these annual Bonspiels all across Canada, as well as a Canadian National Championship. I don't know if it's still going on, but the last I checked, there definitely was one. I'm very jealous, and if I would love to come and play at a Pride Spiel in Canada. I just want to also go to Canada.
So I take up in Ottawa or Ontario. Oh, he said
good
color commentaries on point. His taste buds can evolve.
Kevin, you did say it's on point. Is this inebriated on point or non-inebriated on point? Come up, we'll find you a team. Thank you very much. I will definitely have to take you up on that offer. All right. So back on the ice, because apparently we're here for the curling and not for the witty repartee. We got Bob Pursell about ready to throw his second rock here on sheet B for the fifth end. All the sheets here playing at a good clip. We're all on fifth ends right now. I'm not really seeing any blowouts right now. So everyone's playing pretty well.
He let that go as a heat.
Yep.
Bob is waving him off. Don't sweep it from behind them.
You gotta love it when you have a second who does that.
Oh,
nice. Oh.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Donk.
Yep. See, plan B versus lucky shot. This is a lucky shot.
Yeah, everybody can see that was not intended.
All right. So Brian on sheet B for the meets, calling for a draw. Let's sink another one in there.
I like that.
I like it too. It's aggressive. They got the lead. I don't hate it one bit. Again, guards are going to favor team rock bottoms at this point. So if you throw a guard, I guess that's okay, but really put some pressure on them right now.
Yeah.
Sheet C, Geof Grek, another Plainfielder turned Potomacer. Apparently Plainfield wants him back more than me. I have been told I'm on indefinite loan, but never bring them back. Geof is needing to come back to Plainfield. I think it's the beer.
It probably is the beer.
Probably is the beer. Also, he's much cooler than I am. But Geof is throwing his second of two on sheet C. Looks like it's just trying to draw down into that nice little pocket. You might be able to throw, if you're behind the T line.
Okay, I like that. That's not bad. I say that's not bad, as if I would be able to.
I like that.
Hit that.
It is. Yeah, I like this call from Kyle. It's two rocks behind the T line on sheet C. The draw is better. Freeze is great. Give some more opportunities. Doing the hit now isn't going to help much at all. So calling for the draw here for sweeping coast to coasts. Next rock, I like that here. Sheet B.
Joseph says you don't realize how many of us chipped in to trade you.
You know what? I was wondering why it was so easy for me to come down here in January. I was wondering why it was not as complicated. Now everything's starting to make sense here. Just for that, Joe, I'll find new jobs in Jersey to come up as soon as I can in 2024. Side note.
He only eats vegetables, right?
I eat this. Hey, if anybody has extra vegetables at all of the bonspiels, let me know that you need me to come here. I will eat your vegetables for you, so you don't have to worry about saving any of that quote salad because no one touches it. I'll eat all of it. We all know that. That was a favorable rub set up for a short run back. I did so many rubs.
The Vice and the Skip are having a strategy conversation.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like he changed the shot a little bit.
Yeah, it's sinking in behind the stagger guards.
Yeah.
So here comes Stacy with their last of the fifth end. Deb Martin right beside her throwing the first Vice rocks for salty carbs.
I mean, you want to see somebody with a beautiful delivery, Deb Martin.
Oh, yeah. I played doubles with her, and I just love watching her throw. It's such a great delivery.
I mean, like, you follow her rock, and look at that. It's going to hit right in that pocket.
Yep.
Beautifully.
And
there was a beautiful shot on sheet B, too. That was a beautiful shot.
I love it when you get two shots, like, side by side. Nicely done on both sheets.
I'm going to do a little house view.
Yeah.
I think the red is out-counting that yellow, but again, our camera isn't directly centered over the pin. It's a little fisheye, but I think it's pretty clearly red.
It's a good setting up shot. It definitely puts some pressure on because the double's not there. It's just in the way it shrinks everything, forcing Michael into it, forcing the rock bottoms into a choice here, and it looks like it might just be a crossing nose hit. So. You don't need to kill it, but you just need to make sure with control weight or maybe board weight, you promote your red. Heavy. It looks like maybe a heavy draw.
I mean, that's almost a hit. I mean,
no, that looks like it's.
They want to move some boulders.
They need to move it into it, which they do. That ended up being like back 8 weight from the hack. If I'm looking correctly, back at the hack. Can't really pick out the back yellow easily. So that draw from Stacy earlier is really coming in handy right now for the meets.
It pushed it back a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty well covered.
So we've got a mixed doubles kind of end going on sheet C, and yeah.
We do. Look at that.
All we need is a center line guard that's bothering everybody, and then we mix doubles. I'd be a mixed doubles end for sure.
There are 8 rocks in the house on sheet C.
So after a discussion from the meets, I'm wondering if this is a pick out of the back red, which I don't know if I like it. I hope I'm wrong. Might also be a draw. I didn't really pay attention to the conversation because I was too busy looking at sheet C, and I apologize for not being up to date.
I mean, how dare you?
I am an awful commentator.
We get distracted easily.
Squirrel?
Where?
All right. That's a nice-looking delivery from Kevin. That looks like good draw weight there. Is there a possibility to get through that port? Anything to apply pressure is a really good shot here. So I'm glad I was wrong on the initial reading of a takeout. But that does look like it's possibly back 12 weight, so it needs to check up a bit. Found a port there, and I was wrong. Back line. Everyone was surprised that there was a mysterious port there, so it's good. Also, it's not good. But, I mean, like, spirit of the game.
Right?
Yeah.
Brian had a big shrug. Like, I don't know, what are you going to
A
do?
lot of conversation on sheet C, sweeping coast to coast. I mean, for Kyle's first without hammer, it's a very tough choice here on what best to do. But I think just heavy draw, move some granite around. I think this might, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think it might be the right course of action, just a heavy draw.
I'm going to switch to an all houses view for just a second because there's also sheet A's house is also really interesting.
We'll show us sheet D. Look at that. Sheet D's like right on the center line. Sheet D does not have hammer.
No.
No, wait, I lied. Sheet D does have hammer.
Right, they do have hammer.
But it's interesting, red having hammer and deciding let's just clog the center line. You typically see that with the non-hammer team, but it's effective on sheet D. Sheet A, red, there's a pocket there.
Yeah, I mean, there's really good centerline guards happening.
Yeah.
But there is a draw path.
Yep. So let's take a look here. What's going on in sheet C right now? You definitely have a little bit of a back, like a heavy draw weight. Move some granite around. Red is still sitting 1. Salty carbs are 2, 3. But I think the advantage does possibly go to the sweeping coast to coast on this end. I could very well be wrong. You know me. I usually am.
We're getting compliments on our camera system, and I said it's all Ken Clarke.
Look at that draw from Courtney on sheet A.
Oh, Courtney, that was
not bad.
I wish it was just a hair more inside.
It's still. It looks like it's
gotten a better roll.
Yeah, it looks like 3 skippers and a bobby are sitting 1-2 right now.
Yeah. Well, is it 2?
It's definitely. I think it's 1-2.
Oh yeah, no, that red is far enough out.
And I think there's enough space there that Monica can throw some, I think a delicate hit weight.
Yeah.
Coming across the nose a little bit, move everything. And I believe this will be Monica's hammer shot. So
okay.
There's a shot opportunity for yellow to grab 3 here and take a lead on sheet A. There's a lot of mathematics and geometry and calculations going on sheet C, which y'all know me. Give me some math all damn day, and I'm happy. However, I don't think they're going to be that happy with the angles.
No, I mean, you can't.
Does anybody have
anything?
Does anybody have a compass and a trig table? I do, but that's besides the point. I can't get out there for them. Michael on sheet B now in the hack to throw his first of 2 without hammer. Yellow sitting 1, 2, and possibly 3. Looks like Michael's going for the double, or at least the single hit right now. Sweeper's on it. Needs to make sure you hold on to that line, because if it curls any earlier, you're popping out your third rock. It's going to hit on the inside of the yellow, but just rolls a little too far out.
Well, and some very good sweeping by the Vice to encourage that red rock to get over
And
there.
Monica Walker choosing just to take the 2 on sheet A.
Yeah, that's what I would.
Yeah. Sheet D also kicking, so it might have been a 3 spot on D for red.
I couldn't see if it was 2 or 3.
Likewise, so we're gonna get some score confirmations coming up on the sheets here. But right now, sheet B.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch back to our 30% view.
Okay.
So that we can kind of see.
It must be exactly 30%. Okay. Michael Glessner, looking like it's a guard weight, heavy guard, maybe top 8. Nope. Checking up now, 3 guard. All right. Protect what you've got. Make the sweeping coast to coast do all the work there. So nice call there. The conversation right now on Arby's is going to be the choice of which cheese to get on the roast beef, and also how best are you going to keep a multiple, put pressure on Michael. That cheese joke didn't land, I know,
Not
but
quite,
I was
but
trying.
But when you're doing that, all I could think of is that ham and cheese.
Yeah.
That's all I could think of. But like over on sheet C, I mean, it is just unfathomable to me that there are all those rocks in the house, and it's going to be like a score for 1.
Yeah. Also, may I just say, really great use of unfathomable on the stream.
I do write for a living.
Yeah, but you have to say it though too. It's more of like saying it.
Oh, nice. Well,
we haven't been drinking. That's why we can say
true.
multiple syllable words.
Polysyllabic words.
Shh! Don't say that word.
Poly.
Polly. All right. Looks like you just missed the clip on the red, and it knocks out their own.
That's too bad.
It was a nice idea, but just needed to curl up literally just a centimeter to pick it.
I mean, so what do you think? Red or yellow shot? It's real close.
I think it might actually be red.
You think so?
But I'm always right until I'm wrong.
To be contrary to you, I will say yellow.
Mindy, stop being contrary to me.
I have to be.
But do you, though?
Do I, though?
Kyle Foster sweeping coast to coast, throwing his last on sheet C. I think the goal here is just how do I get, first off, how do I get to the button? Second off, how do I move the red enough so that I'm counting one?
Right?
Or how do I protect things so that I don't give up a bundle here? And I don't think you're going to be able to give up a bundle, but
no.
Kyle Foster throwing a 2-guard, 1-2 guard. And it looks like Glessner for Salty Carbs lining up for a wide draw if it's there. It'd be really cool to see if it is there because that's a lot of lateral motion to get that, a lot of lateral curl to get to the button there. So
Sheet B having quite a discussion.
Yeah, a lot of conversation on Sheet B in the 5th. I like it when you feel like you've got the momentum on your side. You definitely want to have some conversations, tempering down like the be calm, we're going to be fine, kind of those things.
Well, I think they decided now on a line.
Drink more. Commentary is more fun with tipsy commentators. Haha, sober person right here. You ain't getting nothing more than over-aggressive, over-enthusiastic try-heartedness from me.
And apparently vegetable eater.
And vegetables for me, too. Apparently vegetables, sorry. All right, Michael throwing his last for Rock Bottoms this end.
And also Salty Carbs about to throw their last.
Their hammer shot, yeah. Yep. So we got a tap, but just an aggressive tap now. So now with the hammer, the meats have an opportunity for 2 here.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. And then Salty Carbs with their hammer attempt for a sit of 2. It's wide. The line was good, but just needed a lot more weight. I don't know if the line was good. I know he hit the target, so. But a lot of confusion. They know they got the 1. I think the question is if it's 2 or not. So we'll get some confirmation here soon about what's going down on sheet C.
Well, it looks like they're just
Oh, they're kicking now?
Yeah, they're kicking.
So I guess it was just 1 for the Salty Carbs?
Yeah, I think that was it.
All right.
And if I'm proved wrong later, I will adjust the score accordingly.
Cool.
Because I can do that.
The marvels of the technology. we can do it.
We can. Looks over on sheet D, they scored 4. Red scored 4 on sheet D.
So much high scoringness is going on sheet D. You gotta love it. All right, here we go. Draw attempt here for on the hammer for sheet B for the meats. No, there's no activity from the sweepers right now.
Nope.
Settling the curl. Curl is coming in. Make sure you pass that red one. It looks like they're crashing into the red. Is it gonna? It's not gonna promote it enough, which is fine. All right. So
yellow is 1.
Yellow's only sitting the 1, so they have a 5-2 lead after 5 ends. Looking over at the other sheets here. It's a tie ball game or rock game on sheet A, 4-4, and it looks like red is going to have hammer on sheet A for the 6th. On sheet C, it should actually be a score of 3-3.
Yeah, they just haven't hung the 5th yet.
Quite possibly we'll get confirmation from the actual players right now, and on sheet D, it is 8-5 after 5 ends. So everyone's on the 6th end. Everyone's throwing to us. And for those of you interested, we are not playing with a timer right now. Everyone's getting guaranteed 8. And in case it boils down to a tie, we will be doing extra ends or Rochambeau, depending on whatever the people want. Courtney wants us to...
Or they can throw their skip, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what that's about, skip rocks?
It's their own choice, but bonus curling is bonus curling.
Yeah, we won't say no to bonus curling, that's
nope.
for sure. Unless it's 1 a.m. and then I may have some.
I don't know. Exhausted. Sorry, 2 a.m. bonus curling is funny for me because I do not want to put myself in the position to do that. So it's a very interesting house setup on sheet A. Got a lot of yellow guards on the center line, and it looks like they're at. Courtney's asking Teak Washington for a wide draw because right now red is sitting 3. This looks to be a way to sit 4. Yellow needing to do some work here to do anything but out counting right now, but sweepers are calling that it's a 2. So that's not bad. You are protecting a lot of entryways on the intern side, but Monica Walker calling for a promote there on sheet A.
Sheet C hung the 1 point for red.
Nice.
So it is a 3-3 tie.
And I wouldn't even look at sheet D thinking that's a commanding lead 8-5. They've been swinging some haymakers left and right. So
they've been seesawing back and forth. I mean, that's not an insurmountable lead at all. Which makes curling really fun, because sometimes you do get that like 5-rock end.
Oh no, Irving, don't do that. Don't. Oh.
If the phone number is on the website.
What's the website, you asked? It's curldc.org. And if you're interested in looking at what the live updates on the draw sheets are, you can go to the top menu bar, look for events, and the Glitter Bomb Spiel is the top icon. So you click on that. You could take a look at all of the wonderful options that are on the website, as well as looking at a few of our more upcoming bond spiels, including our junior bond spiel on the second weekend of November. So if you are listening and you know a junior curler in your household or your family or extended family or just at the club who might want to come down, we'll have competitive options, we'll have developmental options, but what we will have is a wonderful environment for junior curlers. It's a good time, great volunteers, great ice. And then in December, we will have our traditional Embassy Row Bonspiel on the second weekend of December. The theme this year is the Philippines.
Yes, the Philippines, who are the newest country added to the World Curling Federation.
You gotta love that.
Thanks to, in part to Benjo Delamonte, who is one of my favorite curlers here at Potomac.
Who is leaving, I believe.
Is he?
I thought he was moving. L.A.?
Well, I've been talking to him for a couple months, so if he's moving, I will be heartbroken. But, and it's weird because he's usually here for everything, and he has not. I haven't seen him for a while.
Sorry, I don't know why.
Joe, if you're out there, you gotta come.
We are 5 unique views away from the nicest number on the internet.
Ba-dum-bum.
Nice hit and roll for sweeping coast to coast on C. Just needed a bit more umph to get behind that corner guard, but it's not an easy pick out but that's what Glessner's calling for the salty carbs from Geof. Pick out that lone yellow that's sitting. And with that angle, you can easily flop behind that center guard. And on sheet B here, just pushing back the shot rock. I like this a lot because you can get to nose with control, but if you stay on the high side, if Michael stays on the high side with any hit, then it just nuts right there in the back. So I like the idea here, going for the draw, or at least go for the draw. If you cross the nose and make contact with the yellow, it pushes it out. So stay on the center line, but Rock Bottom really wants to get a crooked number on this end for sure. They've also got the advantage keeping the hammer and the even numbers. Geof squeaking by the port, which is nice. Gets contact. Small little roll there. It might be edge on edge exposed, which, yep, it looks like it. So it looks like we'll be just trading some light hits on sheet C for now. And then Rock Bottoms, looks like a nice weight here on a guard. Just needs to curl a bit.
Yeah, I like that.
If it can be top 12, that'd be better.
It got right by the car astronautics and started curling, and I like the amount of curl they got.
It's a biter, but now the meats will be going on the out turn side. Calling for back line to push back that red shot rock there, so not a bad idea there. Just got to make sure it's a good heavy draw.
Very nice delivery. The sweeper's just sort of sporting it up.
It's a light handle. They've got to watch that with that light handle. It's going to move a lot, and that's exactly what happened.
True. Yeah, the handle isn't really moving that fast.
No.
And it crashed on the guard.
It crashed. It makes going after the shot rock on red a little bit more difficult, but it also kind of makes the draw here a little bit more difficult. I don't know. I mean, it's there.
It's interesting because it almost promoted it to a corner guard and then left another center guard in its place.
Yeah.
So it's ended up with a nice defensive.
This is what happens when I talk and pretend to know what I'm talking about. Joe Angeli can tell you, Rob does not know what he's talking about. Joe and Jelly's probably confused as to what I am even doing the broadcast to begin with.
It's because I don't know what I'm talking about either.
Also, there was no volunteers. So you're stuck with me. Apparently, I did a, quote, decent job on Wednesday during our Cap League play-ins. So,
aw, nicely done, you.
well, I mean, somebody had to. Well, nobody had to, but I felt like I needed to. So, all right. A little bit more rotation than what Stacy's been throwing by comparison. So it's why we're not getting as much of a dive on the curl here on this side, but still a lot of curl there. So Bob Pursell just managing to open up the front there a bit, getting some corner guards.
I like that. You've got a view of that red in the back.
It's not a bad miss.
It's got a nice draw pass.
Yeah, it's not a bad miss. You got opportunity, and also if you have hammer, keep that center line open. Looking over here on sheet C as well, looks like we got some guards with nothing inside. I think they decided enough was enough. Let's just hit, and just hit and roll out. So
I mean, it's a stark contrast to the last end.
Yep.
Where rock was in the house.
We got some heat coming in on sheet D from triangle.
Oh my gosh.
That's a.
If it misses the rock, it's going to be at the beltway.
Oh, you almost got the triple. Had it splashed a bit, but it's fine. You kept their shooter, which is really great. So you didn't see that, apologize, but that was a beautiful heater there. Sheet B looks like a heavy draw to maybe make contact on the red, maybe roll behind a guard. It'll probably just stick around a bit. Yep.
I like it.
But at least the double is not there, so you got a freeze attempt here. You got a hit and roll attempt here. Michael from Rock Bottoms has some options here. I must work on enunciating. Lots of over curl. This would be fun ice to play on. I hate straight ice. We do not participate with the straight ice at this event. Thank you.
No. Never straight.
Never straight. I prefer to. I mean, if anything, I prefer to curl on at least bi-curious ice, but never straight ice.
Oh my God.
All right. So we got a draw attempt here from Deb Martin, or a guard attempt here by Deb Martin, clogging up that center line as best as he can.
The sweeper's really dragging it.
Yep.
Really trying to
Geof Grek is the strongest sweeper in all the land. There is a computer program that apparently predicted that at one event in Ardsley. So I know that because
the smart brooms?
The smart brooms, yep. The smart broom has said that Geof Grek at one event was the best sweeper in all the land. So please congratulate him.
What was his?
I don't know. All I know is that he's the best. So.
He's the best. My 18-year-old had 97 pounds on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
he barely weighs 97 pounds.
when you put more pressure than you do weight, then you've either broken physics or you've really bent it to your favor.
Well, he's pretty smart, so I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah. Uh-oh, I'm getting attacked on my. Yas, I love that you put that in. Wait, well, I got a comment from a club member that I don't really know.
Who is this? Oh, yeah. Hey, baby.
How
are you?
What did I put in? I don't know what he's referring to. Do you know what he's referring to?
That we curl on bi-curious ice.
Oh, okay, great.
Baby?
No, that I prefer.
Oh, that you
prefer. I prefer curling on bi-curious ice as opposed to straight ice. Oh, that I put in that Geof is the strongest sweeper. That's who he's referring to.
Okay.
Yes.
In all the land.
You should do stand-up lull bi-curious ice. I am slayed again. Okay, first off, please don't say that because
I like that.
Dean Gemmel might have heard that somewhere in like the ethos, and I don't think he'd like that there'd be another curling comedian that curls somewhere near New Jersey. I think he wants me to stay in my lane and him in his.
Imagine the comedy duo sensation that you could be with Dean.
Oh, good Lord. That poor Dean would probably boot me in like 2 minutes going, you need to go, all right?
He's a nice guy.
Oh, no, nice guy is one thing. Performing, though, he'd be like, no, we're good. We're good now.
There could be only one diva.
I've got a really funny Dean Gemmel story. I don't think it's funny, but for me it is. My younger brother works for USA Baseball in governance, and he went to Florida for an event this past week, and he messages me going, so I'm sitting beside this dude who's with USCA, and I had mentioned that my brother's a curler, and he's like, yeah, I'm a curler. I curl out of Jersey, and like my brother curls out of Jersey. Who's your brother? Rob. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know Rob. He loves his curling, doesn't he? So apparently my brother met Dean Gemmel, and they both decided to roast me while I wasn't there. So I knew it was bound to happen. My brother working for USA Baseball, he was going to meet somebody from USCA. It just had to be Dean Gemmel. So, of course. All right, so we're now in Skip's Rocks here on Sheet B and on Sheet C.
I think they're going to call the draw.
Oh, I love the draw, and you know what? I also like it if it's short here. If they're sitting 1, 2, 3, I like the aggression if they're going to get in the house, maybe like biting 8 foot. It's great, but can't hate the guard. However, the line does seem a little tight, so it doesn't seem like it might end up on the center line. It might over curl a hair, so you got to really pay attention to the rotation here.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, the sweeper for line is going to have to be on it.
So Brian throwing his first of 2 here, sitting 3 already in the house, but Michael from Rock Bottoms has 3 on the 12s here. Sweepers are far away from this rock here, pretending a nice little clean here, which is good.
Aww.
But it looks like a high guard.
It's almost half-hearted cleaning.
It's an attempt. It's an attempt at the sweep here. All right, so,
That's not bad.
All right, so
I mean, there's still a port there for a draw.
The result here,
oh,
you've guarded at least shot 3.
Yeah.
Michael could go for the double and flop. He could go for a hit, go for the draw. There's a lot of options here. We're about to see what Michael from Rock Bottoms is going to call here for his first of his 2.
I mean, he and his vice are really, he and Paul are really talking about it.
Looking over here on Sheet C, Salty Carbs. Biter as their second shot. There's a yellow in the back 12 here. That line looks like it's probably going to be a good hit on the back yellow to sit 2 and force Kyle into a draw for 1. That does look a little hot.
He
so
really fired it down there.
Yeah, I think it's just nerves, but it's moving nicely. Let's get a push.
He's got it.
Let's hope it sticks around.
No,
all right.
I mean, that's the unfortunate part, is it wasn't going to stick around, but he got it.
Yep.
I'm going to do an overhead house view. Sheet A, they did kick and score, so they're going the opposite way now.
Yep. So on the 7th end, Sheet A is up. So red is up 5-4 after 6 ends.
Okay. So red scored 1.
Red scored 1 that end. And then also going away from the warm room is Sheet D. Yellow only taking a 2 spot there, breaking their trend of 3-3-4-4s. So Red Rocks are sitting 8-7.
Is that correct?
8-7. That's what the people who taught me how to count scoreboards are saying. The skip from triangle is kind of in the way,
do you have a math degree?
Chemistry, and physics.
Oh, okay.
We don't want to talk about my degrees. They haven't really helped me out much at all.
I mean, my degree is in animal science, pre-veterinary medicine. So.
My PhD has taught me to be overly anxious and thinking I'm not capable of anything. So it doesn't really help much at all.
They have medication for that.
They do. They also have a lobotomy for that too. So, all right. Michael on Sheet B. 1 for red. Biter on Sheet C. So Salty Carbs steals 1 there. Rock Bottoms looks like a control hit. It's curling, but it needs to make sure it just curls a little bit more. All right, it's past the guard. Is that double there? Maybe not, but there might be a hit and roll. Losing the shooter. Don't lose the shooter, Michael. All right. Well, it's sitting 3rd rock from my vantage point here.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But it's not easy to get out, so it might be something that the meats can draw and freeze to. And I think that's the call right now. It's a freeze, or top 4 is not bad either.
know. They're like, I don't even know what they called.
So it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a draw. Kevin taking a long look here just to verify that it is second or third.
Well, because it's real close.
Yeah.
It's real close.
But you also need to make sure if you're sitting 2 or 3. I'm sorry, if you're sitting 1, then things change. But you're sitting multiple points here. You should be guarding this.
Right.
Because you don't have hammer. So
no.
Either be aggressive or stay on top of stay touching the tee line and just make it more difficult for them. So Brian is away with the meets last rock. I'm hearing a 5 from Stacy. Brooms are down. They're kind of caught in a hard place here.
Heavy clean?
It looks like a guard. It's curling now. Maybe top 12 if they can push it. There's that over curl though.
Yeah.
Got to watch that rotation on this ice for sure. So the question now is that back red sitting second shot or is it sitting third? Rock bottom thinking that they're sitting second shot with a wide open hits for a possible 2. Now, I don't know if they're going to measure. I don't know if they think it's 1 or 2. But right now, at least Rock Bottoms has an opportunity to score.
Yes. Yeah, whether it's 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Go back to that house view. It's really close.
It's really close.
Really,
I can't.
Really close.
I mean,
and
yeah,
to the red rock.
It's a measure for sure.
Yeah, unless something happens and they accidentally hit it in some way.
So it looks like they're having a discussion coming in from the other way. So it looks like they're going to do a hit following the center line. So it's going to be an in-turn hit. They've seen, and I like this because they've seen this hit line a couple times more than the out-turn hit. Yeah. So this is a better line call in my opinion, but who cares about my opinion?
I mean, I like to go on the line that I've done before because I've sort of dialed in on it.
So hammers away.
Oh, they're on it.
They're on it. The curl is happening.
They're trying to.
Any contact would be helpful, but is it nose? Not nose.
Nope.
So
it's going to be a measure.
It's going to be a measure for 1 right now, or a decision. It's a close one for 1. And I believe I just lip read measure, and a broom drop, so there's a measure on sheet B.
Be very careful removing the rocks.
Yep. I love that my team is concerned for the state of my food. Oh. I haven't eaten yet. I haven't eaten it, but they're like, "Oh, so you haven't eaten yet? No, okay. So let's get a plate to put on top of it." So they want to protect the integrity of my food, of my vegetables and beans.
Thank you so much. Insulate it.
Yes. I need to keep my vegetables and legumes protected.
I will point out that nobody's brought me anything.
Somebody needs to I think they're only taking care of me because I'm their skip, so they want to make sure that I'm well prepared for tomorrow.
Oh yeah. What time do you curl tomorrow?
I get the 9 a.m. draw. Now I'm weird. I love being the 9 a.m. draw because
you don't drink.
Well, not only that, because as long as there's one person on the ice at 9 a.m. who wants to be there, chances are good they're going to win, right? So everyone can play awful except for the one person who wants to be there. I have a pretty good record for first draws of a Bonspiel. So
that is an interesting piece of logic.
Well, it's pseudo flawed, but it's mine and it works for me. So there we go.
I like how you called it pseudo flawed.
Shh. If I admit it's flawed, then it takes away from the joke.
Or the mystique.
Or the mystique. I have mystique? Ooh.
The joke does.
The joke in air quotes. We are doing a great job providing you bird's eye view of the measure.
Well, I like watching the measure.
Oh, me too.
So
Me too.
I just wish we had a zoom and I could see the dial.
It's close.
Look at they're like, are they going to have to do, transferring the brooms. Are they going to?
They have to do it all over.
It's again.
Oh, that's funny.
It's really close.
Oh, okay. So there we go again. Measure number 2. If it's identical, that is hilarious. It'll be a push if it's identical.
And they are. Look at they are. They're like, they don't know. You can tighten it up. All right. It looks like, I think they're saying that yellow. I think they pointed to yellow. Yep, yellow.
Yellow gets the 1.
Okay.
So steal a 1 for the meats. They're up 6-4 after 6.
6-2.
6-2, I lied. 6-2. That's what I meant. Looking over at the quarters view here, it looks like red, so it looks like triangle on sheet D is sitting 1, 2, and 3, and I think they're trying to put a 4th one in there along the center line to really jam up anything for yellow. Unfortunately, it crashes a little bit, but plugs up that draw port a bit, so not a bad result there, not a bad miss there. On sheet C, looks like Sweeping Coast to Coast is sitting 1 with Salty Carbs. Looks like it was a hit line. It's a wide open hit, so, I mean, give Deb Martin a hit. On sheet A, you got 2 yellow, so you got 2, 3 skippers and a bobby with a couple centerline guards. So looks like strap-on sliders looking to maybe possibly double peel those guards to take a crack at the 2 yellow in the house right now. So, and B is about to get started on their 7th end.
Also, if you wanted to buy any curling equipment, you've got 7 minutes until Brooms Up Curling packs up and leaves.
Yep.
So if you're on your way, best up your speed.
Don't take the interstate.
Don't take it. If you want to get here, don't take the
The weather is not perfect. Therefore, no one can drive down here. So there is a cloud in the sky, so it's going to be a pretty bad.
Yeah, somebody said the word snow.
Someone said the word water, and everyone freaked out.
Pretty much.
They heard the word ruh, and then they didn't know if it meant rain or run. So.
Yeah, welcome to Washington, D.C.
Ugh. I hate to say this, but I missed driving in Jersey.
That is sad.
My dad, who is a truck driver, told me he would never drive in Manhattan, but he's very proud that I love driving in Manhattan. It's easy. Don't turn right on red and just accelerate really quickly. That's all it is. I'd rather drive through Manhattan than D.C.
Ooh.
D.C. is, hey, I'm going to go 100 and a 35, and if you don't like it, ha-ha.
I'm a senator. You can't give me a ticket.
Oh, God. All right. So it looks like on sheet C, Salty Carbs going for another attempt on the hit, but with Sweeping Coast to Coast sitting 1-2 with some good backing for Sweeping Coast to Coast. So it's a little bit of a downweight hit, if anything, maybe a possible draw.
I like the line. Well, and now, so...
If I was Sweeping Coast to Coast, that's an easy pick. Yeah,
that end up with another 72 rocks in the house this end.
Yeah. We need more mixed doubles ends because they're funny. Looks like on sheet D, triangle is on the skips first, and the skip for triangle has hammer. So gender, I hardly know her.
Know them.
Sorry, thank you. The gender, I hardly know them, has a favorable position on sheet D right now. Sheet C, the attempt at the pick is there. Sweeper's on it. Sweeper's on it hard now from Kyle Foster. Definitely stays on the high side, which is good. Avoids any contact on the yellows. Nice flop in from C. So sweeping coast to coast, sitting 3, giving Salty Carbs an opportunity for a hit and roll behind some corner guards there. So not bad at all. Stacy from the meat. We came for the meat. I have to be proper here. We came for the meat. Somebody should just honestly give them an Arby's menu and have them like Grubhub it over. Can you Grubhub Arby's or is it Uber Eats? I don't know.
Frankie, I really don't like Arby's, but I gotta say, every time you bring up Arby's,
I'm sorry. You know what?
hungry.
I'm not sorry. If you're gonna call your team name, we came for the meat. And I'm a millennial with an encyclopedic knowledge of commercials because
Are you
of my.
a millennial?
I graduated 02, so I would say I'm a millennial. If
You
Daria,
graduated from high school?
if
in 02?
Daria is considered a millennial, I'm considered a millennial. If Daria is considered a Gen Xer, I'm considered Gen X.
Wait, you graduated from high school in 02?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Huh.
I'm old. I only act like I'm 12, but I'm
Sweetheart,
really old.
I graduated from high school in 1993.
Cool. I like that
my,
I'm old.
I just had my 30th class reunion.
I had my 20. Listen, I like the fact that I made it to my 40s because I have survived longer on my own than without parental supervision. So I'm doing something right.
Well, I'm Gen X, so I was raised by wolves. So, what parental supervision?
Oh, you're gonna go like 5 blocks away across Razor Blade roads to go to the convenience store where certain questionable people are. Cool. Bring me back a 6-pack.
Oh, I grew up on a farm. It was you want to drive the truck to go somewhere else.
Same.
And you're 10 years old. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
My personal favorite is seeing a 9-year-old. I grew up in the country in Illinois, and I saw like 9-year-olds driving pickup trucks with no one's business. I'm like, cool. Wish I was like that.
That was me.
That was you in that cornfield?
Yeah, right.
I'm being attacked here by brooms.
That's because of your commentary.
Oh, Mindy, that was some low-hanging fruit. I'm glad that you went for it. I'm so proud. All right, so looking at the actual game rather than whatever is going on right now in conversation land, Rock Bottom's facing 2.
They're going to clear it.
They're going to clear it.
I like it. I like clearing that out.
They need to.
Keep the house nice and open.
But they do need it to stick around. They do need some counters here.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Momentum's down on their
by 4.
Two good shots in a row here. And it looks a little tight. They're calling for the sweep now. They just need to make sure you pass both those guards. Super Sweeper Ken, try to pass it that guard. Come on, Ken. Oh,
Nope,
they're
he's
calling
off.
up. Peel the guard. Not bad. You cleared up the. I was gonna say you cleared the path to the hit, and then you put it back. So.
But then you got those 2 rocks on the outside that are basically trip hazards.
Yeah. So, team the meats, putting more pressure on, putting another one in. I like it.
I like that call.
All right, we got a score going on sheet D.
Do we?
Sheet D, gender, I hardly know them, got a deuce. So we have a 10-7 game. Yellow down 3 with hammer. And, of course, the lead's favorite call, through the house.
I can do that. I can make that shot every time.
Speaking of lead's favorite shots, on sheet A, we just got through the 7th end. Yellow took a 3 spot there. So on sheet A, team 3 skippers and a Bobby, 7. And then Courtney Flick's team, what's the team name on there? Strap-on Sliders with the hammer has a 5. So they're 2 down with hammer. Last ends happening on sheet A and sheet D. We've got Skips Rocks. No. We got Last Rocks from Salty Carbs on sheet B right now, and I believe it's probably a hit or a draw. That line looks like maybe a draw freeze. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the line calls nicely on sheet C. So sweepers are on it, so I might be at a freeze attempt. Calling for the switch on the sweep right now. They just need to make sure they out count. Come on, sweepers. Come on, sweepers. Make it look good. Looks real good.
I
believe that's locked on.
Let me do a quick house view, and we'll see.
So, quick house view.
Yeah,
that
look
is
at that. It's like touching.
maybe 2 inches of separation. So,
think that much separation? It looks really tight.
I don't know. I'm making up numbers.
You call yourself a math major.
I'm not. I would never besmirch the name math major. I am a physical chemist.
Ah, well, that's why you're wrong.
That hasn't been verified with evidence yet. Thank you. Anyway, away from the nerdy humor and back to curling.
Let's see what he's calling.
Looks like a wide set draw. They're sitting one. Keep the one. I kind of like drawing in, putting it two. So here's Kevin with his second rock for we came for the meat.
I mean, the port's there, but...
Use it or plug it up.
Yep.
Sweepers are not touching it. It looks like it might be careening off that high guard. Crashes a bit, rolls over to the center line. You just made that draw. You just made that draw port much bigger, and Michael's calling for the draw.
Well, I mean, if I were rock bottom, that's what I would do.
If you were at rock bottom, it would be a different story, and I would do nothing but support you in whatever you needed with a hug. I am here for you.
I'm feeling so much love.
There we go, and support.
And support.
All right, so looks like Kyle Foster draws in for one. We've got a tie ball game on sheet C. I believe so. I could be wrong. It's been known to happen often that I'm wrong. But I believe they got a single for a tie game. Salty Carbs having the hammer coming back home on 8. Clean house on sheet D. Red has no desire to see. Oh, this is not a clean house because I see a rock in. I see a T-line rock on red on sheet D.
PhD commentators. Actually, I only have my master's degree. So
PhD commentators. Well, I'm very.
One of us has a PhD.
Irving.
One of us has a master's degree.
Irving, you do not need to be impressed. Okay, it just means I'm super stubborn, and I wanted to avoid the real world and the threat of my student loan payments until.
I mean, that's a legit reason. To get a PhD.
3 more weeks.
3 more weeks.
Yep. All right, so we have a hogged yellow rock on sheet A with yellow sitting 1 and the red sitting almost frozen on second shot there.
Here we go.
Brian Foree, Foree, his first of 2. Looks like a real wide draw.
It's really wide. What? I don't like that.
I think it was just a hair wide. But if it...
Because the ice hasn't really been trafficked over there.
Doesn't curl much at all. I wonder if that was a call or if that was just wide out of hand. It does make the draw path small, the port smaller, but...
C just hung the score for 1 yellow, which ties them back up to 4-4. I mean, that game has just been so close the entire evening.
Yep.
It's so interesting because on sheet C you have a game that's been super close, and on sheet D you have a game that's been seesawing back and forth. And like, even though red has a score of 10 and yellow has a score of 7, I mean, that's not out of reach.
It's
completely. They could absolutely come back and win it.
The way that game is played, I absolutely agree. What up? Am I in the way? Oh.
Hey, Dylan.
I'm going to talk to somebody else? Oh, wow. Our friend Dylan is going to be joining us here shortly. 5'6".
That's okay. You can just forget about me now.
No, I don't want to forget about I said we are having another person to talk to.
Oh, okay.
I hear a very loud guy and a very quiet woman, I believe to be Lauren. Oh, hi, Bo.
You're wrong, Bo. It's not
Sorry,
Lauren.
Bo.
It's Mindy.
And you hear 2 guys now. A very loud guy. You know what? That is my nickname.
We're gonna put that on the back
Also known as obnoxious guy. Also known as enthusiastic guy.
Put that on the back of your
They're all
jersey.
synonyms.
Oh, yes.
Oh, see, that was interesting because he bounced it off and they pushed that red into the court, which makes the draw path for yellow on that side really hard to
Right,
get to.
but it also makes
the
the
other side is completely open.
Yeah.
But nobody's been drawing on that side.
Yep.
So that side's unknown. It probably isn't as smoothed off as the other side, so it's going to be a slower path.
Speaking of draws, Charlotte Clarke, the lead on salty carbohydrates on sheet C, did a really nice job drawing them behind those staggered centerline guards, forcing Kyle Foster to draw in. They do have full button exposure, so they got some backing to work with, but Charlotte with a beautiful draw there, just a couple inches too deep. But that's fine. We got Brian here throwing his last on sheet B.
I like the line.
It's looking like it's going
a little too hard, though.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to crash on the cluster in the front. But if they get a favorable roll, then it makes Michaels. The only real clear shot Michaels got for a single is going to be the promote on the red on the viewer's left-hand side.
So, no, Bo, this isn't Lauren. But the fact that you think that I might be Lauren is a huge compliment.
All right.
So how have things been going throughout the afternoon?
Good.
Define afternoon.
Since 2 o'clock when I
Since
left?
2 o'clock, we had some curling.
Right.
We had some
There was a
controversial trivia.
Oh.
There might have been cheating, or
Oh.
there just might have been really, really, really smart people who knows what the Dow Industrial Average closed at today.
Oh, Jesus. That's nerdy.
Somebody knew it to the 100th of a decimal point.
Mark would know that.
That's...
But he wasn't here.
It was a fun trivia night. I had a blast. I was calculating factorials, and it made me very happy. And now
I'll
curling.
let you do that.
Thank you.
I work in a job that thankfully doesn't require me to do math.
Math.
Yeah, see, no. I just count pages.
See, that's math.
Yeah, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have to do math.
All right.
I don't have to add them together.
All right. We're taking a look at the hammer shot here on sheet B. That looks like a high, hard one.
That is, they're going to try and promote that back.
Yeah, but that's a lot of heat to promote.
That's too much. Oh.
But that's not.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
That's to sit one.
Yep.
I think that was the call, though. I think they wanted to try to see if they can do the angle split and then try to move that yellow a bit more over.
Well,
so it was a nice attempt. I liked it. They got their one. Now they just have to make sure that they steal at least 3 to win, 2 to tie. Wait, no, I lied. 3 to tie.
Yep, 3 to tie.
So team.
Not out of the realm of possibility.
Informal team name, the Arby's team, is up with hammer, coming home. A little behind everyone because the measure. So while we're showing you all the quarter views for all the houses, sheet C is scrubbing to outcount the 1-2 that's sitting in the house right now. And locked. Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful draw. There's still enough rocks to loosen everything up. Geof being called for a peel hit. I think that line might be just a hair tight for that peel hit weight call, but moving some granite would be nice here.
Thanks, Lauren. That was really nice. Lauren says, hi, Mindy. Hi, Rob. Your commentary is fantastic.
Lauren, how much have you been drinking? Also,
Not enough.
Please say hello to Dylan. Thank you.
I mean, I did just get here, so...
Say hello to Dylan.
Hello, Dylan.
Well,
Hi, Dylan.
I just got back. Let's put it that way.
And boy, are your arms tired?
No, not really.
I don't know.
His legs, he walked.
All right, here's
oh my God,
Geoff's.
that would take forever.
Oh,
I like that from Geof. I mean, you lost your shooter. You're sitting 2-3, but you got rid of all backing on the yellow. Now, unfortunately, it gives Geof an opportunity. Kyle Foster to, clog up the draw path, or if you're a little aggressive, you can sink one in behind coverage. So.
No, you just put it in there, biting on the 12.
Yeah, you don't need to overcomplicate things. It's a tie game right now. Putting a lot of stuff in the front just makes it more difficult for salty carbs.
Lauren Luthi says, and hello, Dylan.
Thank you. Oh, in all caps, too, no less.
Oh.
I shouted. This is me shouting.
Well, team, we came for the meat, just intentionally threw one right through the house because they...
Smart move.
Yeah, they at this point don't want anything in there.
Right. They're
especially not out front.
Exactly.
So.
Sheet D, red is the Triangle Curling Club's gender. I hardly know them. Sitting 1-2. No front guards there. He's drawing in a third, putting some pressure on yellow. On what's the team name on yellow D?
Yellow D. Glitter
on the mattress, which apparently Bo Doer, am I saying that last name right?
Yeah.
Doer? Loving it as a proud son of Athens, Georgia. I maintain that if someone had turned up Mindy's mic, I'd have known it was her.
That's as loud as she goes, Bo.
I'm also not loud. I just put the microphone closer to my mouth, and I'm trying not to move my lips. Which is how microphones are supposed to work, right?
That is true. My mic is a little far away from my mouth, but that's where I
Mindy, you have been doing a stellar job. You don't even worry about it. You know why? Because you're awesome.
Oh, thank you.
And you're well supported and loved. Deb Martin on sheet C, going to move some granite, making sure you open some paths up here. Geof rolling the shooter over. Hey, peeling any one of those guards is better than leaving any of those guards there. So that is not a bad result. And it is end game on sheet D. I believe they just run out of rocks. So sheet D, gender, I hardly know them. Moving on in their event.
Good
I believe on sheet D, that was the B event. So they're moving on to the B event while
is this one going to make it over? Barely.
That's a good one guard there from the rock bottoms.
Sheet D is final.
Sheet A is looking, we're close to we're getting ready to have Monica Walker on 3 skippers and a bobby throw their last. And right now that
Vice is wanting him to move it.
Vice is wanting to get rid of guards because guards helps rock bottoms more than it helps the meets. So Monica Walker on sheet A with their last. Looks like it's going to be a nice heater of a hit and roll to sit 4 and force Courtney Flick out of rocks. Hit attempt here from Stacy on the meets. Calling for a lot of sweep there, but you got the peel, which is good. Make sure you roll that shooter, I mean.
Yeah, get it out of the way.
Nicely done from the second here on the meets. Informal Team Arby's. Oh. And Monica Walker runs team strap-on slider out of rocks. So 3 skippers and a bobby takes the win on sheet A. Still got a lot of curling on B left because that measure gave us some extra time here. So sheet C, we're in the last of Vice's rocks here on sheet C on a tie game. And we've got sweeping coast to coast with yellow rocks. They're sitting 1, well protected. Deb Martin, I believe, is being asked to draw, maybe even a corner freeze, and sweepers are on it right now. Grek being the best sweeper in the land. Charlotte Clarke being the actual best sweeper in the land. Can't quite get it into the house. It looks like it's just a 1+ guard. Please make sure people know that I did say that Charlotte Clarke is the best sweeper because she is.
I thought Grek was the best sweeper.
Shh. We only say that because he brings us beer.
Oh, yes, that's true. Very good beer. So for those of you that don't know, Grek is one of the beer masters over at Brookville Beer, and we buy our beer from them, and currently we are serving a really lovely dark beer that's a Czech-based beer, and then we have a very nice Oktoberfest beer, and then a pale ale.
So we have the meets choosing to guard up their shot rock. So you got 2, I guess you would want to say probably from the viewer's point of view, you got 2 right side yellow guards protecting 1 shot rock.
Looks
so the
like
question,
he'd like to draw.
It's going to be a draw behind the high guard.
But it seems like there's some conversation about.
I think they were just waiting. I think he was just waiting for Paul to get ready. That's all it was.
Oh, okay. Oh, Paul.
All right. So Glessner and Deb Martin having a conversation on this. Is there any way we can get a guard view on sheet C, please, if possible? And if not, no worries.
A guard. That is the guard view.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I got right
so we got ourselves a bit of a mess of guards on sheet C. I wouldn't expect any less from a tie ball game, a tie rock game after 8 ends here. So, question just becomes, I think I like this a lot. It looks like if you throw control weight, you might be able to squeak into that port and run the yellow into the yellow there. So I think that's what he's trying to do. And if he's narrow or wide, you're moving guards around to give you another opportunity at this. So I wouldn't.
Like he's peeling
it's going to need to be peel weight for that to work. It's going to be a bullet. So on sheet C for Michael Glessner, here we go here. First rock here.
All right, well, I'm ready to change the camera views.
Oh, yeah, he gave that a mighty
He gave it. He was a little wobbly on the release, on the delivery. Well, it might be on that yellow guard there.
That's 2 reds coming out, but
yeah. Unfortunately, unfortunately with that mishit,
Didn't work.
it didn't work out. You gave an extra guard on the yellow there, so.
And red coming out on sheet B here. So we came for the meats is just trying to run them out and getting.
Rock bottom looks like they want to just replace it.
Yep.
Maybe a little deeper.
But they're in a position now where they have to have everything in the house just to tie.
Yep.
Because they can't count on that one guard that's out there to move.
Yeah,
they've only got 3 rocks left.
That guard, with the way this ice has been moving, that guard, depending on how deep that draw is, it might just not actually be a guard. It's just, if it's going to work out, it would probably just need to be at least top 12 for the guard to be consequential right now.
Yep. So depending on what happens here,
yep,
we could be very close to handshakes.
Yeah.
Depending.
Letting them play it out is always good too. It looks a little warm. It looks like it might actually be back 8.
Yeah, they were definitely having a very long conversation about what they wanted to do.
Checking up a bit now. Still looks a little back house. Yeah. All right, back 8. But it does look buried. Yeah, but again, like I said,
with a heavy draw, you can still still poke that out.
Hack to heavy draw, yeah, you can get rid of it. And some wonderful geometry. Wonderful geometry being discussed over here on sheet C.
And this is why I don't play backhand. I don't have to do math with angles and everything.
Yes. Yes.
My job is to throw guards.
That's how you do it.
And sweep like my life depends on it.
So right now, Brian with an opportunity. If you pop out that yellow, I think it'll be mathematically out. And he popped it wide. That looks a little bit wider than they wanted. Sweeper's not touching it right now.
It's got some good weight on it.
Yep. I lied. That wasn't Brian's first. That was Kevin's last. My apologies. Oh, that is a lucky wick there.
Doesn't quite get him out. But
Yellow and the meats are sitting 1-3 right now. But you just popped that red over to be exposed behind that guard. So multiple options right now. But Michael has an opportunity to draw behind that guard, draw frozen to that back red. There's some opportunities here. It'll be interesting. And apparently,
Michael almost taking out Brian with his ripper.
We're about to have some, I'm not going to say fights because we're curlers, but some jovial antics on the ice on sheet B. I don't know. You're the writer. Did I say it correctly?
I think you did a great job.
I'm very self-conscious. I'm very self-conscious right now.
Oh, you've been doing a wonderful
So we're going
job.
I'm going to shift my attention over on sheet C because this is the hammer rock. Let's see if we can see a beautiful raise / double.
A 4-4 tie.
Michael Glessner throwing the heat from the shoulder, calling for the sweep. It might be close here.
I mean, that rock
it's close.
Is so well protected.
Yeah. It was a good attempt there.
So close.
Sweeping coast to coast, taking the steal of 1 and taking the win. Congratulations to Sweeping Coast to Coast.
Yeah, really well played.
Absolutely. We're not done with Salty Carbohydrates just yet. It is, after all, a Bonspiel weekend. They'll be here with it tomorrow. And we got handshakes on sheet B, both B and C ending at the same time. We got winners, yellow sheet B. They came for the meet. They are still here for the meet. And rock bottoms moving on to the next event. So with everything finishing up right now, Mindy and Dylan, thank you very much for helping out and participating with this, for the tech and for commentary. We're really excited that y'all came in and watched on YouTube. We'll be restarting our stream shortly for an 8:30-ish event. So once we get our ice prepped, you'll be able to join us here shortly. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you soon. Have a great night, y'all.